Hey, I am going to do another makeup tutorial. Well, actually this is my first one, so I don't know, it could be another one, but you're going to get the idea as soon as all these kind of flow together. Anyways, my name is Barry. I am a special effects makeup artist, freelance special effects makeup artist, and self-taught special effects makeup artist. I've been getting into the world of doing a lot of bridal makeups here lately, but the main, it's kind of creepy, the main focus of these videos that I'm going to put together are basically for anybody to do a Halloween makeup look. Now the first look that I'm going to do today is of a drag persona that I do. Her name is Reese Eve Cocx. That's R-E-E-S-E-E-V-E-C-O-C-X. You can also check out some videos of my drag wife, Miss Sharon Cocx, if you look up her on YouTube. I've got a couple of them out there, but they ain't as good and nowhere near as polished as Miss Sharon. But anyways, start this off. Now some of these techniques are industry standard. You know, you have the base coat, you contour, you highlight, you'll hear beat a face. I'm probably not going to say those terms just because the general public doesn't know what that means. But there's going to be a couple of things that I go over that we'll probably use in other videos, such as how to cover your eyebrows, definitely how to shape the face, how to contour, how to change my dude look to my lady look. So it's all in how you move the brush around your face. So, alright, here we go. So, there are many techniques on how to cover your eyebrows. A lot of people use spirit gum. A lot of people use, I've got it somewhere, the glue stick method, which is where you take an Elmer's glue stick, you brush it back and forth through your eyebrows, and you take whatever brush you have. I use a spatula, and you flick them up, and you lay them flat. Let that dry and powder in between. I would do no less than 2 coats, just because you want them to be completely covered. You want a completely smooth surface like you have here and here to work over on your eyebrow. Now some drag queens do leave about that much of their eyebrows sticking out, so they have something to go off of. I don't, because I'm a dude. Dudes typically have shorter, more squared off foreheads than a lady does. So I like to give myself some space. So I start probably right here with my eyebrow, come back up, and completely redraw on new ones. Not so much in the style of Divine, but you're going to get the idea as we go on. I use blending paste. It's a thickened Prozac, basically. You can use this to cover edges of a prosthetic once you have it in place. Actually, to me, that's the best way to do it because it's kind of like spackling. If you spackle it, you brush over it. If you get it too clumpy, take a little bit of rubbing alcohol and rub over it. It'll smooth it out. But let me say this, before you get started with anything, you want to make sure you have a great foundation. The best thing you can have is a beautiful canvas before you put anything on it. Granted, mine's a little hatchet face looking right now, but you kind of get the idea. You want to shave completely. As a dude, you know, shave like your daddy taught you. Use warm water. Then at the end, you want to splash cold water on your face to close up your pores, because the makeup that we use is such a thick, cakey makeup to achieve the look. It can easily clog your pores and cause little breakouts like this. So to keep this kind of stuff from happening, you need to close your pores up immediately. So I would recommend splashing cold water on and do a really good aftershave. Let that dry a good 30 minutes before you do any of this stuff. As with the lady, just wash your face very well. You know, some of you need to shave. That's up to you. I don't know you. Do what you gotta do. But, you know, start with a nice clean canvas, because the cleaner your canvas is, the more moisturized your canvas is, the easier it is going to be for you to blend out your makeup. Okay, enough of the chit-chat, let's get going. Okay, it was at this point when I realized that I am severely ADD and I totally went off the deep end. But what I'm doing right here is I'm taking the Prozac and I am pushing it into my eyebrow, and I'm smoothing it out, like I said, almost like a spackling technique. It's not really rocket science, and it's really hard to mess it up. But the problem with Prozac is that it dries quickly and it dries clear, so you don't really know if you've got it smooth or not. The best way to figure out if you have it smoothed over completely is to dab your finger in a little bit of rubbing alcohol, because that's going to reactivate the Prozac. It's still going to be clear, but it's going to reactivate it enough to where you can take your finger and smooth it out if you need to. I just like doing the Prozade version because if you're quick with it, it's the fastest way, I think, to cover your eyebrows because you don't really have a lot of waiting time like you do with spirit gum. You have to wait for it to dry before you can powder it. And with the glue stick method, you have to wait for it to dry before it can be powdered. And really with the Prozade, it dried very quickly. So I like that about it. And again, I apologize for my ADD self, but it's to me, Prozade's the best way to cover your eyebrows. Just make sure you have some remover to take it off. And like I said, the remover is isopropyl irisate. Now once those do dry, I do powder them just to set them because that's going to take away the tackiness. So this is probably where it's all sped up and I've got my hands flying everywhere. Lord Jesus. Okay, so this point, if y'all could see all this stuff, I've got face primer, and I ain't even got halfway there. That's why it takes me so daggone long to do all this crap. But I love makeup, so there you go. To me, that's dry enough. Hell, I don't care. Alright, I'm going to take my white face powder, and I use Ben Nye's Clown White, and I load my little powder puff on it, and I push it into it. I don't rub it, I just push it because all I want is that glue to grab the powder. The same thing on the other side. I push it on there and let it set, and then I'll take my little kabuki brush. I'll take my little kabuki brush and get all this off. Now you can see where all that glue is. You won't be able to see that once I put the foundation on because that's going to cover all that up. And I do the white to kind of cancel out my eyebrows a little bit, although it kind of tends to get a little bit of gray. Anytime you have a black or blue background, you kind of want to use a red over that to cover it. That goes with tattoos or anything like that, but you really want to kind of focus on the color cancellation. So I'll take my normal face powder, which I use a mixture of Cameo, a little bit of Clown White, and one of the coating powders. I'm not sure which one. I think it's Neutral Beige or Beige Neutral, one of them two. And I'll take it and I'll push that over the top too, because that's going to give me a little bit of a pink hue over it to cancel out the blue of the eyebrow. Ugh, I hate the way coating powder smells. It smells like my grandmother, which I love my grandmother. Don't get me wrong, it's great. But it's such a perfumey powder. Okay, so that is how to basically cover your eyebrows. I know it looks a little bushy right now, but once the foundation goes on, all that stuff's going to smooth out. Next step's going to be foundation, contour, and highlight.